Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to JJ's PC Builds. We got another video for you. And if this is your first time here, and I know we got a couple new subscribers, do welcome you to the family, do welcome you to the community. And make sure if this is your first time here, you subscribe. And also to my veteran subscribers, as always, much love to you for all that you do, watching videos from beginning to end and helping support the channel. So, and we're going to talk about what we're going to be doing today. But first, a little bit of an announcement. Make sure you get your drink and snacks, like always. I always tell y'all, make sure you got them because this could be a lengthy video or it could be a short video. Who knows? It could be something. So, good as always. So, today's video is going to be all about Nvidia's new software update. So let's talk about that really quick. And it's driver version 545.84. Okay. This came out the 17th of October. I know it's the 22nd, but like I said, I was on vacation. Well, not vacation, but I had to take a long trip for a couple days. I came back and I did the live stream. Make sure y'all check that out. We did live podcast yesterday, so the replay is in the list that we got for you for the live videos. You can see it right there. Check it out. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to explore the 54558 and see what it's about. It's been a while since I did a software review on either AMD or Nvidia, but I know I got a couple on AMD that I got to do, but we'll get to that probably in the next couple videos as well. We'll check out AMD's new driver software and we'll talk about that. But today we're going to talk about Nvidia's software. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take and queue it all up for you and get to it. And here we go. So we're going to switch to the action screen so y'all can see what I got cooking. Alrighty, well, let's see if we can fix this out a little bit more for you. There we go. And try to get everything readjusted because obviously nothing's been readjusted lately, so. Let's get it fixed. Alrighty. Sorry about this. We'll take and bring you back as soon as I get everything fixed. Hold on. Okay, and we bring you back. Okay, this is about the 54584. It was done on the 17th of October. It's for Windows 10 and 11, 669.03 megabytes. Highlights. Let's see what the release highlights are. Game ready for Nakara, Blade Point, and Warhammer Vermintide 2. Okay, that's interesting. This new Game Ready driver provides the best gaming experience for the latest and new games supporting DLSS 3 technology, including the Nakara, Blade Point, and Warhammer Vermintide 2. Additionally, this Game Ready driver introduces Tensor RT acceleration for stable diffusion to increase the performance by up to 2x. So, introduces support for RTX video super resolution version 1.5, bugs and fixes. Some monitors may display random black screen flicker when in display stream compression mode 4034096. Monitor colors are incorrect after coming back from display sleep, so on and so forth. So we'll learn more about the article. So we're going deep into what the article is talking about. Um, let's see. Additionally, the RTX Video Super Res updated for further capabilities, bringing Geforce RTX 20 series, bringing support to the RTX 20 series GPUs, and stable diffusion performance now up to 2x faster. So we're going to scroll down a little bit because we already read the other stuff. So each week, Nakara Blade Point is one of the top 10 most games on Steam, having previously given all G4 RTX gamers access to DLSS 2 and Reflex. 24 Entertainment is now upgrading to DLSS 3, see frame generation performance multiplication in action for yourself in our new exclusive Nakara Blade Point DLSS 3 performance comparison video. So, looking at the video right here, we can see what's going on. So, y'all wanted to see the video. We're going to see the video. So, let's see what's up. It doesn't look too bad. I mean, now do remember, the way you're seeing it on my screen might be at 1080p. Okay, so it might look a little bit different, but try at 1440p and 4K for yourself to see what you think about it. At least they give a point about it. It's free to play. So if you want to test it out, which I think that's, we're going to see if on Steam, if we can get a hold of this and do a video on it and test it at 1080p. I do apologize, we can't do it at 4K or 1440p, but we'll do our best. In time, we will move up to that next level, which would be 1440p. Now, moving on down the road, we can see the Warhammer Vermide game trailer. Let's go ahead and see that really quick. Now, just to let you know, we're just putting these on here for you to see what is going on. Hopefully, you can see that, what I see. Me at 1080p, I'm happy with it. 1440p and 4K, y'all might be happy with that too. So, 1440p seems to be the new normal standard. So, thinking about it, it all looks good to me. So y'all get the point of what the drivers are all about. I mean, you can see the 1080p upscaled, the RTX video super resolution, and that's 1.0 and this is 1.5. Let me scale this up a little bit so you can see it better. So, and get my big head out the way a little bit. See if I can bring my big head down a little bit. There we go. Now you all see that at 1080p upscaled, what the difference is. Now I can see the difference with the RTX Video Super Resolution 1.5. I can see a big difference, and I'm wearing glasses, by the way. I can see the big difference between the 1080p upscaled and the 1.5. I mean, look at the building texture. The building texture right here doesn't look that clear. It looks kind of, like hazy kind of a little bit, But as you go up to the 1.0, it looks like it's got more definition to it. You can start to see a little bit better on the bricking. And the 1.5, you definitely can see the better of the bricking. The edges are more sharp right here. Like over the upscaled, it's not so sharp. It looks like it's like rounded here. But here it looks like it's square kind of, you know, and it looks really good. I mean, I'm really happy with that. That is awesome, awesome, awesome. So now we got a little bit of look at the new driver situation when it comes to that. Okay, let me go ahead and re-upscale myself right here. Okay. And I hate when I do that. Jeez, I always do that. But anyway, okay. That's the first part of me showing you what's going on here. Now, what I'm going to show you is we're going to go on Steam. And we're going to load up Steam, which I'm doing now. And where we're going to go with this is that we're going to have a look at what difference it made between, let's see, let's go to library. On 3D Mark, we're going to run 3D Mark. I'm going to see what the difference is, if there's any software difference whatsoever. So I am going to take and move this around. Well, shoot, y'all can't see what I'm doing. So let me turn back to the action screen. I'm going over here. I'm looking to see for something. Let's see. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to move this up. Okay, now we're going to I take y'all along with me, you know, when it comes to, you know, moving things around, you know, so that way nothing's missed. Let's see, let's turn that off right there. So that way you guys can see everything. What else? What else? Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Since you all want to see this. Okay, we're going to try something. I'm going to try moving this scaling up to 2000, and I'm going to try to move this up to 15, and I'm going to try to move this up to let's move it down to 200 just to say. Okay, let's hit apply. Okay, now everything is pretty much set. Now there's two things that can happen. One, it could crash. Or two, it could go forward and it could accelerate. What I want to see is with the new drivers, if it's going to accelerate. So that's what we're going to find out. In 3D Mark. I want to see what the difference is. I really do. I want to see what the difference is between when I did the benchmark a long time ago, which I kept that benchmark, to now. I want to see what the benchmark is to now. And with the new updated software to see if the drivers or anything updated where I expected it to be. So um, let's go to benchmarks. Let's go to night raid. We're going to do a night raid because this is going to attack it a little bit more heavier than Time Spy and Fire Strike. So Night Raid is really going to attack the CPU a little bit harder. So that's what I want to see when it comes to this. So let's go ahead and let's just jam out and see what happens with Night Raid. And we're going to run it. So, yes, I'm taking you all step by step through the whole thing. We're just going to do the run on Night Raid, and then we're going to compare it to when I last tested this 5700X and the RTX 4070 so we can see ourselves. So we can see ourselves what the deal is. So. And yes, I'm using my microphone and the volume for the game so you can, but I can tell you so far I can see it dropping down in the twos, the 200s, and it coming up to the 600s. For this first scene, I don't see it that bad. I like the spread. That gives it. It tells me I got it evenly spreaded. Hit 700. That's not too bad. Very impressed. But I did notice too that Night Raid wasn't attacking the frequency up all the way where it needs to be. But at least it was hitting 3 gigahertz. And this is hitting about 600 FPS, dropping down as soon as you turn that on. That seems like it drops the FPS down. I did notice that too with MSI Afterburner. When you turn it on, it kind of drops your FPS down, like maybe 50 to 100 FPS. So running there's going to be a little bit of a variant between the amount of FPS that's being shown. So I do think that this is getting more than less. So that's the reason why I was watching to see how far it dropped off compared to when it's running the test. That's the reason why you see me pop it in late. And no, I'm not running Geforce overlay. But I did notice too that with this scene here, that the FPS did drop a little bit. I noticed it's not tacking the GPU as much as it should, because it's only at 80% and it's tacking the CPU up to 30%. So I think they might have changed something. They might have changed something, but they should be tacking the CPU or GPU at 100%. CPU test. Interesting. Let's see. Now the 5700X is a good CPU, but as you can see, it's only running it at 50%, giving it only 12 FPS, but it's not pushing it to the max. That's the thing. It's not pushing it to the max. So are the results skewed? I don't think so. I do not think so. Okay, so now this is telling me that my score is 57,007, but the graphics score is 129,895 and the CPU score is 13,639. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my folder and I'm going to take and turn this off. Go to this benchmark shots. Let's do the 5700X, 3D Mark, Night Raid, and that's from the 7/14/2023. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring this up and we're going to see if there's a difference. Well, I tend to beg to differ. So now you guys can see the difference between the two. Between the 7th month and the 10th month. Now, on the 7th month, I had a better graphics score and a lower CPU score. But this time, I have a worse graphics score and a better CPU score. And I got a better result overall from 57007 compared to the 54578. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to bring out the calculator and we're going to take the 57007 and minus it from the 54578. So that's a 2,429 point difference. Interesting. But I got a better CPU score. And do remind you, all these settings are still the same when I ran that first test to now. Exactly the same. So, and overall, even MSI Afterburner was the same. But as you can see, I gained 2,429 points. Gave it a better CPU score, and the graphics score isn't really that crappy because it's still held within its levels. And, it's still never, and this is the thing, it never thermal throttled, and that's a good thing. So what we lost on the graphics score, let's see, we got 137,444 minus 129,895. Okay, so we lost 7,000 points, 7,549 points off of the last time I tested this to now. So, but that's on the graphics score, but on the CPU score, 13639 minus 12358. We gained 1,281 points. So that's not too bad. So at least we gained more CPU performance and we lost GPU performance. So if what that tells me that the CPU is not bottlenecking, this is telling me that the GPU is bottlenecking. Oh my God, I cannot believe that. How is that possible? Who knows? Who knows why the GPU is bottlenecking? It's beyond me. But what we're gonna do is we'll take and turn that out of there. Let's go through the monitoring. Let's see if there's anything that's really changed. No, pretty much everything is the same. Looking at it, I mean, saying graphic test 1 was 518 FPS and graphic test 2 was 780. That's pretty much what changed right there, is because it was in the 900s on graphic test 2, but the CPU score kind of came up a little bit. Let's go through the detail monitoring and see what happened. Let's see if it'll tell me any tales. And it's not, and trust me, it is not thermal throttling. There is no thermal throttling whatsoever on either CPU or GPU. So, I mean, it started off at 924 and it fell down. I think that's where it fell down at, right there. 583 and flatlined off. Okay. So, looking at this, there's not a temperature problem. Okay. Right here, it starts off at, look at the temperature right there. The processor, it's, what was it at? 56.75. I think that's the processor, and GPU was only at 29. So they both evened off, and they both stayed around 50C. Nothing above 50C. And that's Celsius. Except for right here at the end. It went up to about 60C. But as you can see, it's not going over 60C. But that was at the end. So there's only a 4% GPU load there. So, but the CPU's clocks, they stayed right up there. I don't see any problem with the CPU clocking. Because look down here, the CPU clocking, and this is the thing. This is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the memory clock stay right level on the GPU. It's staying right level all the way down. Stays level all the way down. Hasn't changed. The clock frequency has not changed. So that's good. And I don't see it wavering any, except for the max it hit was 3015 megahertz on the GPU clock, and it stayed around 30 it stayed around 3 gigahertz almost all the way through the whole thing. And the the CPU, that was the GPU, stayed around 3 gigahertz through the whole thing. And the CPU stayed right at 48.92 megahertz. So it stayed at about 4.6 gigahertz all the way through. Had a couple little minor down spikes, but that could have been like switching over from, the game, going from one graphic test to the another. That could be it too, but we got one minor one right here. We only got two little minor spikes, but the rest is, kind of clear. So, looking at all that and thinking about it, and let's kind of get things back in order. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and turn off Steam and move everything down and around. All right. My conclusion to this is this. I'm going to tell you, I'm a little bit shocked that the GPU fell off just a little bit. If it fell off like 7,000 points, then that would be a big difference, or 5,000 points. But it fell below that mark. So, but it did increase the total score and it seems that the CPU picked up more than last time. So I seen that the CPU picked up more, but I seen the GPU drop off a little bit. So that, to me, that really tells me that there's kind of like a GPU bottleneck, but I doubt it. I really doubt that there's a GPU bottleneck. But it was sitting there showing that, to me, that, score wise, that's what it interprets to me, that the GPU had a little bit of a bottlenecking issue compared to the CPU. But the CPU ran smooth except for a couple little spots, but through the whole, through 98% of it was smooth sailing for the CPU. GPU was a little bit bumpy, so that could have been it too. But also too, when you push your GPU to the max end, you want to see it do the best of the best when it's to the max end. But from what I'm seeing is the GPU is still within its parameters when it comes to, giving its all and everything else. So I really don't see any problem with the CPU or the GPU, but we did gain a couple thousand points since, the first time I started it to now. And look at it that way. Within that matter of months, if you don't change the parameters of anything, like, the only thing that's changed is the software upgrading. So this is telling me, This is about the software. This isn't about the hardware at this point, and the settings I have on Windows or the settings on the BIOS. They're all the same. They have not changed. I MSI Afterburner, I put it exactly where it was when I did this the first time. So it's been done again. So yes, it's on it. Yes, I overclocked it and everything else like I did the last time to now. It's still the same thing. So looking at it, it did fall off a little bit on points. So it was telling me the GPU was bottlenecking, but just slightly, not much. So it's not really a concern that I have right now about that. But I will be looking into the fact of it falling off like that just a little bit, to make sure that I have all my settings correct. I'll let y'all know in the next video if I find anything weird or outrageous with the settings on the GPU. I doubt it because I didn't change one thing and it's been running the same ever since I first put the GPU in this computer. It's been the same. So, but anyway, that pretty much concludes that testing for the new driver software update from Nvidia. So if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. And if you've already subscribed, welcome to the family. Welcome to JJ's PC Builds. And my veteran subscribers, as always, much love to you for all that you do, helping support the channel, watching the videos from beginning to end, and, telling your friends to come on down and subscribe. It does help, and it does help us get to where we need to be. But until the next time, and I mean the next time in the next video, this is JJ and JJ's PC Builds. We will see you on the next one. Oh, P.S. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. This is a little bit of an update, too. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I'm going to take those days off. Since I've been doing this for about a year on everyday videos, I'm going to take Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off. But if there's something hot that comes up on the news or, some PC news that's hot that's coming up, or if I get a build that's coming up, I'll take and use one of those days for that. So do expect any little changes like that. But, going from Thursday to Sunday, we'll keep it going. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I'm going to take and keep those days reserved for special events or something that comes up. So, but anyway, we will see you on the next video.